Alright guys, as promised, I am back with a bunch of new batteries. Alright, so these are very nice, very well-made 18650 modules. So there's 20 cells, but they're all connected in parallel, and so it's a 20P1S. So here at the ends you get the voltage of the one cell, right? So it's a 3.7 volts, fully charged is 4.2 volts, and fully discharged should be around 3 volts. These are the Samsung ICR 18650-22P. When you look at datasheet, these cells should be anywhere between 2000 and 2200 milliamp hours, right? These are 10 amp continuous cells, which means that this module here, at these two posts here, it's capable of putting out 200 amps continuous. That is pretty crazy. It's a tiny little module. It's one battery, right? I cycled one of these modules a couple times and then capacity tested, and the actual module gave me just under 40 amp hours, right? Which if you divide that by 20, then it's like just under 2000 milliamp hours per cell, but not by much. Once I took some these cells from another module that are separate, then I tested these actually tested just above 2000 milliamp hours. So they all seem to be about 2000 milliamp hours and still acceptable level as a brand new cell. The story goes that these are brand new, they've never been used. And yeah, I mean, when you look at signs of use, I mean, it's hard. I mean, there is a thing here that it was cut, so that may be a sign that it was installed on something. But other than that, there's like no scratches or, you know, marks from like screws that these were attached somewhere. I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably they're either brand new or very lightly used, and that's why they're all, like, just at the low end of where they should be when they're brand new. When you check into the date code, it seems like these are genuine Samsung cells. I compared them to the other Samsung cells that I have here. Again, I can't tell differences like some of you guys out there claim that you can, either because I don't have a bunch of fake ones, or just I guess I'm not that observant. But the specs pretty much check out on this. Like I said, they're on the low end, right, of where there should be brand new. And then when you check at the code, this one, this 3 that I have here are from, I would imagine, from the same module, and it has a date code of 1F92. Now, that date code puts them exactly in September of 2015. So that means these are about 2 years old. Just under 2 years old, right? And if you're wondering how to check that code, yeah, there's a tool to check the date codes of any of these cells, and you can check it right here. And you can check most of the major brands there. And so that's what I used to check this. This is almost a 2-year-old cell. What else is interesting in this? Okay, so on this side, it's got an extra connector. And that connector is for a thermistor, a sensor, temperature sensor, right? And so you see the other little cable here, and there's another extra connector. And then it also has a positive and negative that goes into 2 of those terminals. And it goes through a surface mount resistor, which means that it's just basically maybe just for like voltage sensing. But there is a 6-pin connector here. There is no connector as far as I know. What can you use these for? Well, you can use them for anything. These are 20 cells that are packaged together in parallel. You can put 3 of these together like this, make a 12-volt battery. You can use 6 of them, make a 24-volt system, or 12 of them and do 48 volts, so that you can run on a 48-volt inverter. 13 of them, right? Some people are using 13, some people are using 12, depending on your other equipment and stuff. But that's the beauty about these modules, is that you can configure them pretty much any way you want to. And another thing is that these come in around 140 watt hours per kilogram, which is pretty good. It's pretty good density. So let's take one of these things apart, because someone already asked. The little end here, just Yeah, and all the cells are spot welded on the bottom of this thing. It just seems like there's like some kind of shielding or whatever, and it's like that on both sides. Now, the great thing about this is that they have these little ears, and so that means you can like flat mount them on the walls. You can just drive a screw right through here with like a washer or something, and then you can just connect the cables, and you can literally mount these on the wall. They're great. They're very good looking. The cells are brand new. The casing seemed brand new. This is a deal right here. I'm gonna try and get a bunch of these for myself. I'm gonna try and be a little greedy and keep a bunch myself so I can do a power wall. Just have a couple of those lines like that. Let's talk about price now. So there's around 1,000 of these guys. That is probably more than a pallet because, right, 20 times 1,000, well, that's 20,000. That's about the same amount of cells that we sold of these LGs. We sold the LGs in one day. Can we sell this ones in one day? I hope so. This takes away a bunch of the work, guys. Like, it's already put together here. All you have to do is like find some bus bars or some little cables and then connect them into these little terminals. It's just great. How much are they gonna sell for? They're gonna sell for $40 a pack, which is well, $2 a cell, right? A little bit more than these, right? These we bought them for $1, but these are 1,500 milliamp hours, so we're paying a little bit more because these guys are 2,000 milliamp hours, so the energy density is more. And they're put together into these little modules. These things are great. I can't stress enough how great these things are. I want a bunch of them. I wish I had more money so I can just buy all of them and keep them. Terms and conditions. Shipping is included within the United States. Sorry guys, there is no international shipping on these because the international shipping restrictions are crazy. You gotta be like certified hazmat and all kinds of nonsense that I am not, and the guys that are selling these are not. Which brings up another point. These are not mine. I don't own them. I'm coming in as a partner to offer them to you, right? To use my channel as a selling tool. And then I'm gonna process the payments because it's just a lot easier like that. And then I am going to pass that order to them, which they will fulfill it. But I will pay for the shipping. That means you will be getting the tracking information from me. These are not going to ship from Rancho, but they're going to ship from Oceanside, California, which is, they're a bit far away from me. These were selling for more on eBay. They were selling for about $50. Well, those have been taken down because we decided to, instead of selling them on eBay and pay eBay a bunch of fees, then we can just pass on the savings to you guys and sell them for $10 less, and then we keep a little bit of money too. I'm making a small commission to process all the payment because it is gonna take a little bit of work, but I'm basically responsible for these because if they don't ship, they don't get delivered, then if you put like a claim or whatever, then it comes out of my account. So once again, I'm putting my account on the line, my money on the line, and I'm trusting those guys that they're gonna ship them. But there's a little bit of risk involved in everything, right? So here's hoping for the best. Guys, go get them. And please share your projects with us because these are going to make some beautiful power walls or very good looking cars. I would put these on my Samba, except that I have decided the energy density a little bit higher than that because I want 300 miles on my Samba now. I'm waiting for the magical battery still. And with all that, the last thing to do is to give you the link. Go get them.
The Lamborghini Huracan Spider. Good, right?
Currently tracking our Miami Vice wannabe is $250,000 worth of 8-way gyro-stabilized camera head.
Pretty cool.
It can perform a 360-degree rotation in under 5 seconds. Check it out. But how do you suppose we're filming the camera car that's filming Antron's Lambo?
Surprise! It's another Ultimate Arm! Desert race car! 20+ inches of suspension travel, 35
Good. Hey, you were on TV tonight.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have in episode 4, I have another piece in 4.
Oh, you have another one. All right. Okay. Every single one of my friends that's ever been on TV for some show or whatever, it's like they can't see themselves. They're like, hey, who has TV? Who's got cable TV? You know?
Yeah, I put up a post on Facebook.
Dude, I'm super proud of you, man. You're on TV.
Thanks, man.
And you totally tricked them into making a piece about you.
Right, pulled the wool over the world's eyes.
That's so cool. Sounds good, man. I'll see you later.
All right, John.
Good job.
Heaven is what you bleed.
I'm stepping on the brake.
Sleepless night.
Did you get AC?
I got AC.
Man, who needs AC when you got two big giant windows in front? So that's the problem. Most of us want to live life through the lens of the camera.
Yeah, this is amazing, man.
Yeah, there's people in Hollywood are watching the Sama for the first time. I don't think there's people seen one like this before.